going on, guys? Bearded Bricks here again with a slightly different video than normal. This video we're going to talk about sets that came out this year that I absolutely do not like. Now, me not liking these sets can come with many reasons, maybe the size, the detail, or just the fact that I believe they should have never been created in the first place. Now remember, when watching this, that it is my opinion, but I do hope all of you agree. If not, please comment down below and let me know. And none of these, I really hope, are your favorite sets, and I don't think they will be. Now, these are in no particular order, pretty much all randomly picked. Let's get to the list. First in this list is going to be the Lego Adidas shoe. I'm not sure there's anything that I actually really like about this set. It's something that I've always thought is ridiculous ever since the mentioning of it coming out. I never really wanted it or had the urge to buy it. I've not even thought twice about it like I have some of the other sets like Mario. I understand the collaboration between Lego and Adidas with actual clothing, and I get it. The shoes look good. Some of the clothes look good. It's fun, but I don't necessarily get the idea of the shoe being made into a set. It is something that makes no sense to me. A lot of people have it and a lot of people display it and it looks cool, but I don't even see it being something that I would ever get even if the deal was great. I don't think it looks good no matter how it's displayed, but that is just me. Next on this list is one of the flower sets we've gotten, the Birds of Paradise. Now, I don't feel the same way about this as I do the Adidas shoe. I don't even think this one looks that bad. But after we see things like the Lego bouquet, the fact they keep coming out with these tulips and roses, and then, next year we're getting the sunflowers, I just think this falls short of the expectations there for the nature stuff. I do love, however, this set comes with a Lego built vase. I wish the bouquet did. But my complaint with this set, and I know it is the type of plant it is, but it's just big leaf petals. And with this, I am going to throw in the bonsai tree. I feel the same way a little bit about it. I do think it's a much better build, but it is just something I really don't care for. Next up in the list of things that I didn't like that came out this year is the world map. I understand we're getting a bunch of mosaics. I also like most of them. And I also understand it's got a ton of pieces. But those tons of pieces are all one by one tiles. It's a massive set, don't get me wrong, but it's just a huge statement piece that I think looks good. Maybe rushed, maybe it just doesn't hold up to the details like the other ones, how they're just clean. And I do understand it's a world map. I do understand what it's supposed to look like, and it does look like that, but it is not something I care anything about. Now, this I'm about to talk about is one thing I'm not sure belongs on this list. It's a huge love-hate for me. A lot of the hate comes from the fact of the money that it costs, but the Mario sets. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of Mario sets. I love the Mario itself. I love the games, I've loved the characters. I've played them nearly my whole entire life. But with that being said, I hate we have to spend another $60 to get that Luigi. I wish there was a way that it just came out, you could just buy the Luigi by itself versus getting another expansion set or another starter set or however they want to list it. I feel they should have made it to where you could get just him. I mean, we did just pay $60 last year to get the exact same thing in a different color pretty much. The sets themselves all come with 2x plates that allow it to connect into other sets and allow you to expand the course as much as you want. But who's to say you can't just cheat the course and skip to the end? That is my whole problem with the concept of this Mario. I really do love some of these sets. Like the pirate ship is absolutely amazing. I love how when you got Bowser's Castle, that the actual Bowser that it came with. But I see myself buying these sets not for the sets themselves, but just for the characters you build. Now, don't get me wrong, the pirate ship that we got this year, how it expands, it is one of the cooler looking ones. And the massiveness of the Bowser Castle does look cool. It looks really cool displayed. Not so much as a game feature because I, be honest with you, don't play. But all in all, I don't really like the concept of playing the course that you build. I know that there's some things you could put onto a computer to where it shows you massive ways to do it, and I wish they just would have done this in a minifig scale. But I do love the way the characters look, and I hope that this kind of branches out and lets them do a lot more things. I've heard word that we might be getting a Sonic. Hopefully the Sonic is in minifig scale, and it's not something to this scale. Now, this whole series I'm about to mention, I believe should have been canceled. It never should have been created. I don't like anything about it. There's literally nothing I would take out of this entire set but the minifigs. And the only reason I would take the minifigs out of this series is just because I'm a Marvel fan, and that is the Eternals. I hate the all of them. I mean, starting with the small mech-like build for the aerial assault, I think it looks absolutely horrible. Then next with the deviant ambush set, it's an almost identical style build, and I think that it looks horrible as well. Of course, like I said, these two minifigs that come with each of them do look good, and it would be something I would like to have for the minifigs, just to have like the complete Marvel aspect of things. But all this is Eternals, and Eternals did not have a massive hype behind it. It was something that we wanted to see a Marvel movie, and it came out because it was their, I guess, way of introducing some more characters and a little bit of a backstory. But why didn't we get this many sets for something like Black Widow? Black Widow had much more of a hype, and you could have done much more with it. All the mechs in this, I just don't like it. Next, for Erison's Shadow, it starts getting a little better with the size and build, but I still don't care for the mech-like build at all. The stuff we get out of the Ninjago sets are much nicer, and I believe that these techniques could have saved the Celestial that you build, but it just did not happen. They all have weak joints in the way it gets put together with the small lift arms in the legs. It just kind of makes it look thin and skinny and not really something that a Celestial would be compared to a normal minifig. I know the scale is never going to be correct, but I mean, come on, they could do better than that. And now to the last set, the Rise of the Domo. You get it, we all guessed it. Guess what? It has another mech style build. Now, this set does have a lot of cool building techniques and some really cool pieces inside the ship, and when the ship is put together and closed, it doesn't look that bad. But when opened, I feel that it doesn't look good. I think the whole series just fell short of what it could have been. When it comes to Marvel sets, I think these are the worst, honestly. I even like the normal mechs that come with the characters that are $10 better than the stuff that's been put in this set. There's just something about it. Maybe that it's just the internals in general that I'm holding the grudge with. But when it comes to Marvel sets, I do think these are the worst. In this rant that I have going about these Marvel Eternal sets, I'm going to throw in the Black Panther Flyer and the Sanctuary 2. I think the Sanctuary 2 was a great idea. I believe we should have got one much bigger and near the style of the Guardian ship, the Benatar. I think that would have been something amazing, and I wouldn't have seen a problem with spending $250, maybe $400 on a set that comes that big. If you would have just made it to a much bigger scale, I think that would have been perfect. The Sanctuary is a really good idea. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't believe we should have got one at all for the Black Panther Flyer. That set just does not do it for me. I think that what that is a set to get people to buy it for the character. I think that you should just save your money and not buy either one of those sets. Now, last on this list, I'm going to mention something that I have really been fond of since they started them, and that's the Advent calendars. The price increase this year just seemed to push them out of reach for something that I wanted to spend money on, especially when all you're getting is a couple of figs and an exclusive Christmas shirt. The small micro builds themselves, I don't like. The ships are neat and the ships are cool, but you're not getting all these ships or anything else. You're getting stuff like 2 targets, a staff holder, a couple bricks thrown on to make it look like a wall, other little things that are just put in there to kind of fill boxes. And I feel they're a waste. But once again, guys, this is my list. If some of you or some of these are your favorite, I do apologize. I don't mean to diss it. But for me, this is what I do not like. I believe y'all will agree with me on this. I didn't go through every single set they came out with this year because there was hundreds of them. I always tend to leave City out of things because City I don't think is anything that's based for adults to buy. A lot of people do buy them for the parts, but it's just not something that I've even dabbled in. I've not bought any of the City sets for even the parts. But I would like to thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, support the channel. Check my video out with what my favorite sets were this year. And don't forget to keep building, build. Use that creativity. Show me what you got. Peace.